Saturday. How y'all doing? Oh, I guess only a few of you know that yesterday when I went to the so I think that he thought that Carolyn was impressionable, was very impressionable. So I believe that that's the reason why he wanted to work with her over Danielle. And then Danielle started throwing Carolyn's name under the bus early because she was just like, I can't work with her. They didn't particularly seem to like each other on the season. So they've been going back and forth at each other for a while, but there was bigger fish to fry. Danielle wanted to get out Boston Rob. Now, Danielle put down Boston Rob's name. And they all came back to the turret. Carolyn put down Danielle's name before, and they came back to the turret. So here they are. They've all put down each other's names. Well, I don't think Boston Rob put down Danielle or Carolyn's name, but he was the one who popped it off by getting out Bob the Drag Queen, which honestly was not that bad of a play. I mean, you're not going to win with four traitors, nor do you even want to win with four traitors. But at the same time, the moves that he made after that were moves that sealed his fate. If you just joined, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Anyways, so now we get into this last week's episode with another Carolyn and Danielle showdown. They get into the turret together. I think this was right after they got Boston Rob up out of there. Boston Rob was out of there the previous week. And so now they're in the turret, and then, they have an opportunity to recruit somebody else. And what's her name? Danielle wants to recruit Brittany. And Carolyn is like, I would be foolish to let you recruit Brittany because now two of y'all are friends, and the two of you will take the money and leave me in the end. And that's a valid concern, to be quite honest, because that's exactly what happened on season 2 of the Traitors when Trishelle and CT cut a faithful out of the money to get more money. And it's not even that, there's still a little bit of game left, so they could potentially throw all the suspicion on her and then be like, Carolyn's a traitor. So I don't actually blame Carolyn for not wanting Brittany to become a traitor, but I do kind of blame her for not trying to get somebody else to become a traitor. I think that should have been the play for them at this point, but they're not playing strategically, they're playing personal, which is actually kind of fun to watch. It's very different from seasons 1 and 2. So where are we? So now we have this Carolyn versus Danielle showdown where there's suspicion on both of them, but honestly there was more suspicion on Danielle than there was on Carolyn. But then they do this kind of trivia game, and because what's her name? Carolyn has foot and mouth syndrome. No offense to Carolyn, but she has foot in mouth syndrome. That's an inside joke for our Discord group, if anyone remembers that. foot and mouth syndrome. I think it was foot and mouth syndrome. But anyways, because she doesn't really know how to articulate herself, her she's not strategic. Like, I'm amazed. I'll take that back. I'm not gonna say she's not strategic. I'm just gonna say, hi Ethan, I am amazed that she makes it this far in these games, and I'm super amazed that she made it this far as a traitor. The only thing that screwed her up as a traitor was this hardcore attack on Danielle. She could have figured out a way to slide Danielle out of there without making it a really personal thing. Then she would have been in a great position right now, to be honest with you. But that was the whole problem. She wouldn't let go of this thing. Like, I can't trust Danielle. Danielle, I gotta get her out of there. Even though Danielle was trying to get Carolyn out of there, Carolyn's was more of a reactionary thing. I gotta get her because she's trying to get me, and the house doesn't care. The house doesn't care about getting somebody out because they're trying to get you. Because what does that do for the house? How does that benefit the house? So then they get into this round table after Carolyn made herself look bad in the daily game. And Carolyn came at Danielle again. I think this is about 3 at this point that she's come at her at the round table. And they made arguments against each other. I guess people consider Danielle's arguments slightly better. And then she's out of the house. Now, frankly, just like last week when they got Boston Rob out of the house, and I was like, Danielle's in trouble. Or when Boston Rob got Derek and Wes out of the house, I was like, Boston Rob's in trouble. And then after Boston Rob got out, I was like, I think Danielle's in trouble. Now that Carolyn is out of the house, I think that Danielle's in trouble. So Danielle made a really interesting play. High Churicity. Danielle made a really interesting play. When you watch this back, if I sound, if my speech has not been fluid, it's because people said they were on a loading screen, so I didn't even know if anyone was seeing and hearing me for like 5 minutes because nobody said anything in the chat. So my apologies for that. But anyways, yeah, now this week I'm saying Danielle's in trouble because now they're like, why was Danielle so sure that it was Carolyn? And now Carolyn made the Danielle made the play that she wanted to make after getting Carolyn out, which was an attempt to recruit Brittany. And I think this one was not the seduce option. I think that this one was recruit or die. Recruit or die. And she tried to recruit Brittany. And there's no response yet because they always leave on cliffhangers. But it's going to be interesting next week to see what ends up happening with that. So I'm finding this season to be really interesting for a totally set of different reasons than season 1 or 2. It's like really messy gameplay on behalf of the traitors. And I don't know. I think the faithfuls are also getting a little hip to the game. They might have to switch things up, in my opinion. But I'm enjoying this season. I don't know. I mean, they might have to switch things up in the future. I think they're fine right now. But I've been enjoying this season so far. I might even say that I'm enjoying this season a little bit more than season 2. Like season 1 is my GOAT season, but you can't really, I feel like you can't really replicate a first season a lot of the time. So yes, it has been. All right, everybody, I am maybe an hour and change away, because I now, normally you see that I always take the train to get to these things in the city, but this time around I'm not taking the train because of my ankle. But I'm on my way to the Survivor event, and hopefully I'll be able to go live and show you guys some footage of what it's like. Like I said, hopefully Jeff shows up. There's going to be different Survivor players there, and hoping to have a good time. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Until then, as always, thanks for your support, and please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thank you all.